So as you breathe into your belly and just come into your heart here, nice deep grounding breath into your seat, and just continue with slow breaths. I'm going to introduce this concept of one-way energy. A lot of people wonder how I do trauma work all day, every day, and how I don't get compassion fatigue or I don't get burnt out. And the reason why I don't get burnt out in the work that I do is because my energy is one-way energy. So a lot of empaths, your energy field is supposed to go 6 feet out away from your body. A lot of empaths' energy fields are really close to their body, really, really tight. And so that's why when something happens, it feels like it goes straight into your nervous system. And then we hide in our houses and avoid people most of our lives because people don't feel good. But really, we just happen to have an issue with the extension and the maintenance of our own energy field. And when we are able to master this, we're then able to go into any situation with any quote unquote narcissist or any type of big groups, and we don't feel as rattled. It's like having a big styrofoam cushion that goes 6 feet out away from you. It buffers the noise. And so if we don't have a nice full energy field that's nice and sealed, if we don't have a nice energy field that's sealed and really strong, and or if we are receiving from the horizontal line, meaning if we're receiving energy and we're just reacting to other people's input into our field, then we're going to feel like a ping pong ball being thrown around all day. And so that's a porous field, or it's a field that's receiving a lot of energy. Instead, we're going to be so grounded in the spine, anchoring the light into our heart and having that reverberate and ripple outward only, such that there is no receptivity of that energy because there's only one way ripple out. Does that make sense? So if we're sitting with someone and their energy is wonky, we're not really receiving their energy. We're receiving their soul from our hearts. It's not that we're not listening or receiving, but the energy ripples out always. So imagine a world where when you walk into the room, the light in your field has already cleared it because it's 6 feet ahead of you. You walk into a room 6 feet ahead, the violet flame is clearing that space. Imagine a world where your field is so solid, so strong, that when you start to get empathic and wonky around someone, you realize, oh, that's my field that needs to be sealed up. It's not about them or getting away from them. Because the yogic path was never about going into separation with other people. It was never about being fearful of other people's energy and then going into separation. It was always about being in a state of samadhi or pure light identification, such that you are the light beam, you are the lighthouse lighting up the dark. It's just we got confused because we're so sensitive. So as you go into your body and just imagine that your heart is radiating ripples of light. Your heart is piped straight from the heart of God or the divine or the grand central sun. Divine is wired into your heart. Your root at the base of your body is anchored so steadily in Mother Gaia. Your crown is so open, receiving an open spigot of light particles from the divine. And your spine is the pathway. Your spine is the tube through which all this light is connecting above, below, and within the heart. And the ripple comes from that transformer, that light transformer, that generator of the heart outward. So now that we've gotten your left brain, your mind, your prefrontal cortex involved in this, does it make sense of why we can have one-way energy and be energy proofed? I wanted to say bulletproof, but really energy proofed, fully protected all the time. So we're going to do that together now. Closing your eyes, come into your breath, breathe into your seat so that we can really ground. And as you breathe into your seat, just feel your root, feel your tailbone, your legs, and your feet. And on the next breath, as you breathe, begin to send your breath down your legs and feet into the core of the earth with a strong exhale. The only way we're receiving is from the earth or from the divine. So begin to receive from the earth that nice steady flow of energy, Shakti, grounding energy from Mother Gaia. Pull that up through your feet and your legs. Pull it up your spine, feeling yourself grounded. Exhale, push the energy deeper, grow some roots into the earth. Deep, 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 and just allow those roots to wrap around the iron crystal core at the center of the earth. Just tracing those roots now, breathing in from the earth through your feet, legs, all the way up your spine. And exhaling down your legs and feet to the core of the earth. Feeling yourself, the lower chakras rooted to this earth. Now, if you will, on the next breath in, pull the energies from Mother Gaia, from the Shakti energies of the earth, all the way up your spine. Feeling it rise into the heart, and then exhale through the top of the head, straight up to divine source. Feel the head open like a box or a lotus flower opening up to the light above. And as you breathe in, just feel the divine beginning to pour the sacred light into your crown, to the third eye, to the neck. Feel it being received in the heart. And every breath begins to just pull the light from above into your cells as it pours into your spine. You may feel your spine pull back into the light. And as we've hooked into below and above, just feel the spine now moving the energy. It's pulling up through the crown, from the crown down through the spine. It's pulling up from the earth like a yin and a yang, like the heaven and the earth. And as you breathe into your heart, just feel it meeting in your sacred heart. that soul flame in your sacred heart. And if you can now, allow your in-breath to pull from above and below at the same time. Ready? Nice deep breath pulling from above and below into the heart. And now the exhale pushes that light and ripples it into the sphere around you. Inhale pulls the light from above and below into the heart. And the exhale ripples the light now from the heart into the space around you, 6 feet around you. Rippling it out. Breathing in from above and below, down the spine. And exhaling from the heart, allowing it to just ripple one way. Feeling this vertical line, this connection above and below. Breathing in from above and below. Into the heart, and then exhale, let the ripple out. Use your breath to vacuum the light in, and let your exhale push the light out. And just notice after you do this for a number of breaths, it starts to do it on its own. Meaning you can feel the light pouring into your spine, and you can feel it automatically rippling out. Begin to see if you can feel it starting to happen beyond your breath. Your breath helps give it a push, but you can start to feel the momentum happening once you get it going. Just keep going with it, breathing in from above and below, and the exhale. Begin to feel the ripple moving from the back of your heart out behind you. Feel it filling the space behind you. Good, and now from your heart into the sides, just feel it rippling through your side body. And now, once it's really going, begin to envision yourself going into those spaces where you feel too energetically sensitive or empathic, or those people. For me, it's always my mom that I do this before I'm around. So just imagine being around the people with the rough energy or who tend to trigger you. And keep the visual and feel that the light is rippling out and by default flooding through them. So if it helps to see it as the violet or white light, the white light is the rainbow light. So just see all of the qualities of the divine pouring off of you like a waterfall. So instead of feeling like you're protecting yourself from them or defensively working with their energy, feel the light just flood into them or into the room. So breathing from above and below and exhaling out. But it's not dependent on your breath once it's activated. It just precedes you wherever you go. It's behind you for whatever may come up from behind you. It's there. All you need to do is consciously connect with it to activate it. Inherent in this breath is the feeling that I'm okay, that I'm safe, that I am the light that protects me. So see if you can connect with that. Underneath this, there's the belief that when I invoke the light, when I command the light, it is so, always, without fail. And if you don't have that belief yet, you just get the data and start to build it with this practice of, oh, I activated one way energy and I was around the person and I felt okay. So just run the scenarios in the mind's eye. It might take activating this for about 5 minutes before you go into that work happy hour, before you go into your in-laws' house, to your parent. And then when you're with them, all you need to do is breathe in from above and below, breathe out, letting the light ripple. It's a 3-breath activation. It's a 2-breath activation. As you feel that connection, allow yourself to shift your mindset from needing to protect or defend your field to becoming a waterfall of light that kind of just pummels all of the dark or the heavier energies out of the way, like a river will push the rocks to the side. That is the force of the light. So it's not just a subtle, diffuse light, it's like a river of light, a waterfall. When you're ready, begin now to seal up the outer edges of your field. Just allowing your consciousness to trace the outer edges of your field. And where there were holes or breakages or cracks, just allow the light to fill in that space. Begin now to seal that more solidly with a metallic or nice and strong edges to your field. So now you can feel yourself anchored within the sphere, but also anchored vertically above, below, through your spine. It's like there's a pillar, a strong, steady pillar through your tailbone, all the way into the core of the earth, through your heart, and all the way to the divine. So if you will now, anchor that while also beginning to open your eyes, because you can't keep your eyes closed when you're around those people or when you're in that big crowded room. You have to be able to navigate both realms, the light dimension and the physical dimension. So as you start to come out, just notice what it feels like to keep your eyes open. Now you're doing this, making eye contact with me, breathing in above and below into the heart, exhaling out. It's not just a visualization, you're actually pushing the light out. And each time you're just sending it a little bit further to the outer edges of that field, 6 feet away. So you're breathing in through the spine, you're making eye contact in the 4th dimension consciousness. You're connecting into 5th dimension consciousness through the space above, and 2nd and 1st dimension consciousness from the space below. We're meeting in the 5th dimension of the heart. Above, below, breathing in, exhaling out. Breathing in, above and below, exhaling out. Breathing in, exhaling out. Practicing it with your eyes open is going to be the most important part of this. Practicing it in your car, when you're just got cut off, when you're at work or with a kid or wherever you are, whoever you're with. We have the upper dimensions of ourselves, the lower dimensions, and the middle dimensions. And we need to be able to work through all of those dimensions through the breath. So we'll seal this now by saying, and so it is done, and so it is. Namaste.